Hi, who are you and what did you get up to this weekend?
Hello, I am Tom Sayer and I got second place at the Dark Sphere Regional this weekend in March 2025.
Fantastic, and what deck did you play?
I played this deck because Shifter is stupid. So I played Bystial Maliss with no Fiendsmith because, shout out Josh Kelly, Fiendsmith is the worst version of the deck. I don't know why you wouldn't play this card if you want to play Malice, because if you see it, it's going to win you the game almost every single time. I saw this 6 out of 17 games, so not too unfairly, like 1 out of every 3 games, and I got LANCEA'd 3 out of 10 games post-side, so that was fine. So I played Malice, 42 cards in the main deck. We'll get the obvious things out of the way first. So obviously 3 Dormouse, best starter, 3 Rabbit, kind of second best starter, and 2 Chessie. I think you should only play 3 of this card if you're playing loads and loads of Bystials, or if you're playing like a high account or something. I just think 2 is perfectly fine. You go through 1 in the combo, and if you really want to combo on with TB, then you just summon a second Rabbit instead of Chessie and keep it in deck, so 2 is fine. And then of course 3 Field Spell and 1 Gold Sock. No Terraforming, because I don't like clogging on copies of Field Spell because it's the worst starter. It is good to get with Thrust if you're going post-side with Thrust, but then you're getting LANCEA'd, so I don't know, it's a bit dodgy. I prefer it without Terraforming. And then a kind of pseudo-starter, obviously 3 Allure. People are cutting this. I really like this card. If you play Shifter, then it just means you get to keep Shifter in hand if you know you're against Malice, and then banish it off Allure. Obviously banish names, banish Bystials if your hand is rubbish. I whiffed 1 time when I bricked on Perulia, Ash, Bystial, Fuelos, Allure, and then 2 more turns of bricking and I had to discard my whole hand, but only once in the tournament, and I won that match, so that's okay. And then of course the 3 traps. This card is so crazy. I didn't use it to win in time, but it's just the thing you want to go for obviously every single time. I summoned the Link monsters off of this when they have 3 or more cards on the field at least 3 times, so this is really solid. And yeah, MTP just insane. You never need more. And then I did play some Bystials, so Tube Balldrake. This was really good. I never used the banish effect, but it came up against Blue Eyes to banish Blue Eyes from Grave, so that was fine. 3 Jewess. It's still an amazing card. It's probably getting limited, or Magnet's getting banned, sadly. I never saw this actually all day, but the Druid's Worm is just obviously like one of the best extenders. You really could consider playing like 3 Saronir, 3 Balldrake and all that stuff. I just prefer to have an on-engine that covers more things. 3 Impulse, again, just my opinion, but I don't understand why you wouldn't play Malice without this card. It's Solemn Warning from your hand, and the Destroy effect is incredible. I destroyed a Magnema in someone's hand when they tried to use it, and that was just amazing. And yeah, it came up quite a lot, so that's good. Ash, obviously for hitting Charmies. I don't think I got Charmied a single time, which was really crazy. So I got lucky in that way, but I got like Meows once, but my opponent in my standby phase said Meows LANCEA. I was like, sure, dude, that's fine. But yeah, I mean, hitting, obviously in Malice, like Mirrors hitting the Allure is good. I ashed Ice twice against my round 1 opponent playing Pure Izure, and had Crypto banish, and that was just GG. So it's very good. And obviously this card is insane. I do think you have to play it if you're playing anything that's Ryziel and Malice related. If you're playing some kind of breaker version of a deck, you don't necessarily need it, but reprint's coming soon, that's good. Massive shout out to Theo for borrowing these, thank you so much, Theo. And then I played main deck Cool Buy and 2 Talents. I never saw this. In theory, it's really good. I think that no one ever expects it in the main deck. It's always in the side. I just really like it as a card. Of course, it conflicts with Shifter, but I'd much rather have it in the main, I think, because I'll show the side patterns later, or talk about what's in the side. And then Talents is amazing, yeah. The games that I lost is because of Talents, and the games that I won really easily was also because of Talents. So I really think it's a main deck worthy card. You could play 40 in just 1 of this, but I really like this, and shout out to Ross, my round 7 opponent. I just Talents took Wave King High Caesar twice, and it was just game. And then finally the 3 Metaltronus. I think this is still really good. I don't think I ever used it against Detonator specifically, but I banished a Balldrake face down so someone could link climb with it and hit a couple other things in the mirror. So yeah, really solid card. I'm very happy that I played it, and it's a good bait set. Good for Chaos Hunter as well, because you can Chaos Hunter can be banished, can be negated with any Bystial, because they're all level, they're all dark 25 attack. Extra deck. This card might get banned. I've heard a lot of folks talking about this being the best hit to Malice without destroying the whole deck. It's really good. It's the only reason that I lost. The only reason that I won round 2 against a interesting Fiendsmith Bystial player, where I could just link line with it in time to get access code. So amazing card. Don't cut this, please. Linkaribo is my bestie. He's so good in the mirror. I was really scared of the Odeon deck, the continuous trap deck, so I wanted to have something for that as well. Chaos Hunter, and I wasn't worried about back row that I could try to pop with Phoenix, so Cerberus was fine, and there's an amazing combo that I could quickly show later that gets you to Abao Firewall. SP, really good parts of ransom combos, so you need to play it. Splash Mage actually came up. When you start with Underground, it's such a bad starter, but sometimes you just say, you haven't got Imperm, it's fine, play this. Haggard, you've got to still play it, obviously. IP is cuttable. I didn't make it ever, but whenever you get nibbed, it's so good to use the token to make IP. And carrying on, Dark. I'm so happy that I played this. I won against Blue Eyes because of this, where I bricked and I normal summoned a Furlos, used a Bystial to make this, summon their Magnamut back to my field, and then banished their second Blue Eyes in the grave. And it was like, you can LANCEA me 3 times, I can draw no Malice engine for the whole game, and I'll still win, just because I did that. So, MVP. I was thinking about crashing this into a Destinator to search engine, but in the game that happened, I was never going to win. And of course, the 3 Ink Monsters. When I was playing at YCS Birmingham, I made this more than Binder, which is insane, but this card is incredible. I was summoning this more in combos than I used to, just because it's actually, people are off nib, so it's better these days. And of course, Binder is insane. What I should say there. Access code, amazing, you have to play it. If it's negated, everyone knows that you can keep banishing darks, so crazy. And then Abao Firewall, no Griffin, with Destinator, of course, Atronus. If you open a Cat Bystial or a name and then draw into Bystial later of Binder, which I did once, then you can get to GWC set, a different trap set, Bystial in hand, and then the field is Firewall Abao in the end phase. So you get to have Firewall bounce back your Bystial as part of the combo, then it's off the field and then in the graveyard and back on the field once Abao summon it back so you can use the effect again, like Baron, when that was legal. So really, really good card. I think I summoned it about 3 times, more than I used to actually, and this was worth having. I don't think I changed anything about the extra deck, unless I played Slayer, because Aggregator is really good. Shout out to Matthew, who came 3rd, playing Slayer in the side deck. To the side, of course, mandatory, nothing to say. Really, really happy that I had this instead of Phantasme. I played so many Rise Your players, and it was just so good to have. I played Blind against Malice going 2nd in game 2, and I thought it was Rizio because he was playing 40 cards. So I put in Purulia instead of LANCEA, and I opened Purulia for Willos, and he gave me 3 draws, and it was just unwinnable for him. So even in that context is good. And yeah, I was not expecting this to be as good as it was, to be honest. And then for Ghost First stuff, I never resolved this, but it's so good to negate summons in the Malice Mirror and just everything else. And then just the thrust package with Debarrier and Sanctum. I used Debarrier once, but I lost that game, and then Harpies as well. I could have played Lightning Storm instead of these. I liked the thrust, and it's just unfortunate that the one match that I lost, I bricked game 3 against Pure Rizio on like double thrust and Duotome or something, and I got to Debarrier eventually, but it just wasn't enough. So that's that. My matchups in the 7 rounds were Pure Rizio, Fiendsmith Rizio, Malice Fiendsmith, shout out Josh Kelly, lost to Pure Rizio, shout out Spencer, and then won against Blue Eyes 2-0, and then Fiendsmith Rizio. So like basically all meta, apart from the Blue Eyes that you could say is now kind of rogue or tier 2. And the deck felt really good. Changes wise, I don't think I changed that much in the main deck. I still really like the talents. I would definitely consider playing Slayer now that I saw how good it was, and thinking about what Matthew did in his list, and he came 3rd. So there was that. But that is the entire list. And shout outs massively again to Theo. Thank you so much for the Perulias and the Charmies, Theo. You saved me. I definitely won because of you. Shout outs to Jude and Dave for testing and talking about the combos. Dave especially for the Cerberus into Firewall a bow line as well. Shout outs to all my opponents, like all really, really good games, such polite people. Shout out to Gabriel Nets. Shout out to Josh Kelly. Shout out to all the Europa people in London, and shout out to TTR, the best locals in High Wycombe. Thank you so much.